So Lonely Planet is about, it's set in the 80s during the AIDS HIV epidemic in America, and it's basically tells the story of two gay men that live within a gay community in an unnamed American city. We don't know exactly where, New York, San Francisco, LA. And it basically talks about the relationship between the two of them. Jody is one of the characters. He's afraid of exiting his map store that he owns. He's too afraid of confronting the outside world. And Carl is his frequent customer and friend who constantly comes in, and basically their relationship deals with the problems and anxieties that were around at that time.
So why have you chosen to do this play now? Because people think they know about AIDS. They think HIV is, under control. It's an illness like any other. Yeah. You just get drugs for it. Why resurrect this now?
Well, to be honest, to begin with, it was just because when I read the play, I just really thought it was an amazing play. I just really liked the relationship between the two characters. But now, the more I learned about it, the more I kind of found out what the situation was in the 80s, because I didn't really know, to be honest. The older generations, people who had actually gone through the AIDS epidemic or the HIV epidemic and the whole scare, how people were scared about it, understand more what it felt like. Whereas my generation, up until I guess the age of 30, yeah, it's something that exists. People have it or don't, but you don't really understand what it means. And I think this play really conveys that feeling of what the situation was like at the time.
If you go and see a play about AIDS, I don't know, I think I was expecting something that was full of statistics and a bit preachy, a bit of a lecture about it, and it wasn't at all. That's not the point at all. It was just very evocative of the period. It really showed two men dealing with the fear of this terrible illness and living under siege, really. It's evocative, very evocative of a certain time.
Yeah, it really is. And well, it's just, I think there's a lot of plays, there are a lot of plays that were written about this time and different ways of approaching it. And you have Angels in America that's very flashy and very big and very encompassing, grandiose, whereas this play is very intimate, I think, and very, it manages to encompass everything, but within just these two characters and how they personally feel within the enormity of it all.
It's actually a very, very good play, but it relies absolutely, it's a two-hander. It's a lot of pressure on you, because it's just two guys there, you get very brief respites when you're not on stage.
Yes.
So it absolutely relies on the acting.
Yeah.
And the two of you turned in excellent performances. You were brilliant.
That's nice, thanks.
I was expecting it to be depressing, and it's sad, and it's moving, but it's actually very funny in places, and very energetic.
Yeah.
There's a hell of a lot of energy that goes into this play.
Tell me about it.
And it's really enjoyable.
Good. Yeah, well, because these characters are so different for each other, and Jody is the more contemplative, he's the more quiet, introspective kind of character. Carl, on the other side, is completely the opposite, and I have to every time I just prepare myself to come in with a band, because they both need a lot of energy, but Carl as well needs to constantly be there and take his attention. And it's fantastic, and it plays well. They play well off each other, and both me and Alex, we feel that when we act together. It's fun to do that with each other.
So the play gives a sense, a snapshot of what life was like, and it gives you a feeling of how it was. It's not preachy, it's not full of statistics, there's very little information in it. I remember one fact, which was that you went to 30 funerals in 6 months. Yeah. But you've actually got some talks set up to go with this, so tell us about those.
Yeah, so I thought it would be very important to bring people who could either give their personal experience, like Jonathan Blake, who's one of the first men in the UK to be diagnosed with HIV. He was diagnosed in 1982 and has survived 35 years now with HIV. He will be talking about his experience. We'll have some doctors and medical professionals come in and explain more about what it actually means. What is AIDS? What is HIV? So I thought it would be very important to have people like that come and talk.
So good luck with it.
Thank you. I thank you for that. I think it's going to be really well, and I hope people will come to see their talks, because they're going to be very interesting.